What's up, guys? Mr. Dan here. Welcome back to another edition of Physical Media Friday. And yes, you are indeed looking at a little snippet from a previous Physical Media Friday video in which I showed off number 1 and number 2 in the new Pearl River series from MVD. This is a series that is bringing to light more obscure kung fu films. And I recently watched, as many of you know, I picked up the Game of Clones Bruceploitation collection, which also has the involvement of Michael Wirth. And recently I was watching an interview with Michael Wirth on the Fanatical Dragon channel. Great channel, check it out. And I was hoping he would ask about future releases, and then they mentioned something called the Basher Box. Well, guess what? I already had it. I was blown away by that. I stopped what I was doing. I ran upstairs, I grabbed it, I took the plastic off, and I'm absolutely going to work these films into the rotation. Let's take a look at them. Okay, yeah, so I couldn't believe I already had 3 and 4. I've been kind of waiting on news when the next 2 Pearl River releases have come out. And I've also sort of learned that they're also available through a company called VCI Entertainment. So go ahead and check that website out for some interesting films, as well as MVD. But right now, the best place to get this, and this is the Basher Box that I didn't know I had, the best place to get this at the moment is Hamilton Books for $5.95. Without having seen both of these, I'm saying if you're interested in martial arts films, based on the quality of these releases, the Pearl River releases, and the commentary by people like Michael Wirth, go ahead and get them. But yeah, the Basher Box. Now, one of the reasons there's a few reasons why I didn't know this was connected to the Pearl River series. The artwork is different, so they have a different artist for 3 and 4 than they did for the first 2. And also, I got a little confused because there is also a Shaw Brothers Arrow Basher Box. Okay, and basically the Basher genre or subgenre that refers to the early days of the kung fu films, where things were a little bit more raw. There was a lot of block and punch type movies. We're talking about people like Jimmy Wang Yu, who, you know, they're not showing different animal techniques and all this stuff, and they're not doing that. It's just an action hero basically bashing people. So that's why they call it the Basher series. So yeah, little bit different packaging. That says PR for Pearl River, but right there, 03 and 04. So, which you can't see. But anyway, you got the Awaken Punch and the Prodigal Boxer. Again, the Pearl River series focuses on lesser known, independent kung fu films, sometimes Bruceploitation films, which we'll get to. But we've got the Awaken Punch, which is a similar film apparently to The Big Boss, which I reviewed on Martial Arts Monday. Go and check out that review. But a lot of the actors and actresses in these films are less familiar to me. This stars Henry Yu. They call it a cameo by a young Jackie Chan. It more like has a small role because he wasn't sort of famous. He wasn't the Jackie Chan that he would become yet. He was a stunt performer and supporting player in these films, and apparently he's not very nice in this. So this Basher is the epitome of the punch and block violence that became a lifelong trend with martial arts cinema. Alternate title, Fury of the Black Belt. Fight choreography by Yuen Woo-ping, though. So and then you have the Prodigal Boxer from 72. This is another take on the martial artist Fong Sayok, who has been played by many people, including Jet Li. Here he's played by someone named Mang Fei. And the known person in this one, at least to me, is Yusakai Kurata, who's the Japanese martial artist who would often appear in these films. Oh, but choreographed by Law Kar Wing. That's interesting because if you go back to my last Martial Arts Monday review, he plays the grandfather. He's the brother of the director of this film. So he does the choreography in that one. That's pretty interesting. It represents the brawling style of the time, as well as the genesis of the more stylistic shapes trend that would soon follow. So I'm kind of learning about these sub-genres as we go along. And it's about a tournament battle and a rival school. I think we've heard of that plot before, but I'm eager to check this out nevertheless. AKA Kung Fu Punch of Death. Audio commentary by Michael Wirth. Interview with Michael Worth and action choreographer John Krang, who I've seen on other special features, trailers, things like that. So, essays on the basher genre within Kung Fu history. Oh, okay, and we have a little booklet. Okay, alternate cover art, which is basically going to be... So the alternate cover art is these two pictures here on the back. So we got a little booklet, and there you go. It says, I'm never going to get that right. There's the other two Pearl River releases from VCI. Again, at the moment, Hamilton Books, folks. Don't sleep on Hamilton Books. Don't sleep on MVD. You got to check all these websites for the best deals. But special thanks to Michael Worth and John Krang. You know, some posters, early posters. Really interesting stuff. Looking forward to reading that. You know, they're starting to put a little bit more in each of the releases. So yeah, I went ahead and got this other Basher box. Now, you notice one of my topics a few weeks ago was, do you open your movies? Do you keep them in the plastic? I'm getting a lot better about keeping them in the plastic. This one contains 3 movies that I have. They're all in the Shaw Brothers, in at least Volume 1 or Volume 2 of the Shaw Brothers set. So we'll keep that one in the plastic. Whereas something like this, this Shaw Brothers collection by 4 films by Chang Che, Crippled Avengers, The 5 Venoms, 5 Shaolin Masters, Shaolin Temple. I believe I have 1 or 2 of these, but not all of them. But then again, Volume 3 is coming out, so you never know. So we'll keep this in the plastic. I'll discipline myself, keep that in the plastic for right now. And then you have this one here, 4 films by Lau Kar-leung, who I've mentioned several times in the past couple weeks. He's directed a few films that I featured on Martial Arts Mondays. So this one, let's sort of transition to a topic, a question that I'm going to throw out there. This one I pretty much knew I wasn't going to take out of the plastic. Having said that, I picked up some Clint Eastwood films lately. I don't have this exact 3 film collection, but I have the Dollars trilogy. I picked up the Sonny Chiba collection again. Some standalone Universal films from Hamilton Book. I got 2 Wolfmans there, Invisible Man. Some of these are down to $3.95 on Hamilton Books right now. Great gateway horror films for young people. I think Invisible Man is still $5.95. So you can keep an eye on that and build up your collection. I even got a 6 movie collection, all still in the plastic. Now, so my intention is actually to sell these. So here comes the, topic. And I thought maybe last week's topic was going to be controversial, but I'm still here. We're all still friends. So anyway, my idea is, hey, listen, I probably will have an eBay store eventually, mostly to get rid of excess Hot Wheels, to be honest with you, but maybe some movies too. But my idea, and I've kind of been looking around on Craigslist with no luck so far, but I guess I could look at Facebook Marketplace and some other options. I would like to, 5-6 times a year, set up a table in my driveway, my garage, kind of draw in some fellow collectors and movie fans who would appreciate these films. And most of these films I'm familiar with, I've seen. So, for example, I mentioned before a lot of the Sonny Chiba films that I have, the DVDs, the quality's not great. This is a Mill Creek, but these, I know from owning it and watching all 4 films, the quality on these is pretty good. It's certainly watchable, and it's a decent price. And I have what I've been doing is I've been keeping all my receipts. So, I buy this for, I'll make something up, 7, sell it to somebody from 9. They have it in their hands. They don't have to pay shipping. I make a little bit of a profit. I meet a new movie fan, that kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. So that's why a lot of the movies that I plan on selling would be ones that I'm familiar with. And then we have, movies like this, like I said, great gateway film into horror. And then you also have movies like this, Wild Eye, Death to Metal. I love this movie. This was one, the prices come way down on this, by the way. But this is one when it came out, I was like, oh, I'm buying that. As long as they're not asking like $50 for it, I'm buying it because of the topic, the concept. So I love this film. So sure enough, the price came down. I got another one. I'll sell it to somebody for and make like a whole buck on it. And if I meet like a metalhead, I'll know when I start to talk to somebody. Somebody wearing a Slayer shirt is gonna come up and start talking to me. I'll be like, oh, this is this is your movie. Okay. So that's my thought. Do you guys do anything like that? Do you go to any swap meets or flea markets? Do you do any kind of in-person selling of films, and how do you go about that? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are. And we'll close out with my son and I went down to see my brother today, so let's just take a look at part of his movie collection, and I'll see you next week for another Physical Media Friday. Later.